Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com here, back today with another daily crypto update. As per usual, I'm going to be going over, the main three, and then Neo, Ripple, and Vertcoin, all in a detailed technical analysis in just a second here. Otherwise, I'm going to recap what's been going on in the general market and the altcoins. Otherwise, as per usual, if you haven't purchased cryptocurrencies yet, go check out Coinbase. They're not a sponsor, I just use them myself, so I have a referral link in the description. You can get $10 free worth of Bitcoin. So yeah, go check that out if you're interested in buying some cryptocurrency. Otherwise, what's been going on here in the past couple hours? Well, basically, yesterday we had the Bitcoin Gold hard fork, and so that definitely affected the market. Now, what's been going on is, there was some money exiting Bitcoin after the hard fork, right, as expected. And, really everything happened as expected with the hard fork, as far as money flow, at least, where, money exited Bitcoin after the hard fork as people put their money back into, the different altcoins out there. The big brand name altcoins up a lot today. IOTA almost 30%, Lisk 23%, Stellar Lumens 23%, and it's pretty much green across the board, right? Multiple double-digit gains here. So that's really good news for anyone who is holding altcoins and we're in the red. This is like I said, this was expected. Now Bitcoin obviously, experiencing a bit of a pullback here. I'll get into that in a second. But overall, right, it's good to see the general market now bouncing back up, and Bitcoin will probably follow. It might take a couple days, but it'll probably bounce back as well. I'll explain that in the technical analysis chart. Really quickly though, the main three, what's been going on? Well, basically Bitcoin down slightly, and then we have Ethereum that bounced really nicely here. It was acting really bad just a couple days ago, and it got a big bounce. So that's great for anyone who's holding Ethereum. And Litecoin, also a really nice bounce, just it dropped a little bit less than Ethereum, so obviously the bounce was a bit smaller, but they're both acting well now. So as far as the technical analysis on Bitcoin goes, let me go right ahead and draw the main uptrend line here to pay attention to, which is going to be this uptrend line right over here, right? And then we do have a smaller, more short-term uptrend line that I am going to draw as well, which is going to be this one right over here, okay? And so this one is going to be pretty important now in the next couple of days because, could Bitcoin just see a bounce here and continue its run up? Absolutely. It absolutely could, right? With that being said, though, if you look at the indicators, there are a couple bearish signals, okay? So that's just something to be aware of. And, for example, here, what I just drew, you can see that we broke out of our RSI uptrend, right, which is bearish. We broke below the 70 line, which is bearish. Our MACD is about to cross over, right? So we'll see if we can get a bounce off that, but I would say it's looking pretty likely for a crossover. And same thing with the histogram, right? We moved down a lot. We're about to flip over, okay? Now, this isn't really anything to worry about, because, like I said, this is acting as expected, right? Because a lot of people put their money towards Bitcoin to be able to get Bitcoin Gold after the hard fork, and now obviously they're pulling out their holdings, putting it in what's bouncing, which is all the altcoins and stuff like that. So the levels to pay attention to here for Bitcoin are going to be, actually, just for the sake of it, we do have an even more shorter term uptrend line that is acting right around here, right? So that's going to be something to pay attention to. Now, what can we expect here? Well, like I said, first of all, it's totally possible that this was the end of the short-term pullback here for Bitcoin, that we keep moving up, right? That's completely possible. We did bounce nicely off this more short-term uptrend line. Now, for as far as like resistance levels go, I'm going to be looking at this 7,071. Now we do have to cross back above 7,000 even. So, there's obviously going to be a bit of resistance. Now, as far as support levels go, it's obviously going to be the low of today, which is 5,534, right? And then we're going to see if we can bounce off the 5,339 level if we fail this resistance right here. But as you can see, we do have some pretty strong support levels here. I mean, we have this more short-term one. Then we have this really nice support over here, and then the middle band, obviously, and then this more longer-term one, right? So it's nothing really, like I said, to be worried about. With that being said, though, you know, I almost want to see Bitcoin move back down to 5,000 and then bounce nicely off that, because at least that would, you know, make way for some really it would leave room for growth after that, right? It would be a really good healthy pullback, I think, which and a good entry point. So obviously it would be kind of annoying for anyone holding Bitcoin right now, but in the more medium term, that would actually be a good thing, I think. So Ethereum here, as you know, I've been pretty bearish on Ethereum in the past couple days, and you know, it's finally looking like it's catching a bit of a break. Okay, so one thing that I'd like to draw in, and I know I have a lot going on in the Ethereum chart, but I'm gonna show you guys the short-term downtrend that we were in right over here, right? That we successfully broke out of yesterday, basically. And now there's a couple things to look into. If we look over here, we have a little bit of a symmetrical triangle going on the RSI, okay? And so this is going to be important to pay attention to. Same thing really for the MACD. Let me just draw that while I'm at it. Right over here. And so now we're going to want to see, you know, the RSI move back up, you know, hopefully break above this downtrend line. The MACD, pretty much the same thing, you know. Now, the MACD is actually looking pretty decent right now with the histogram now moving back upwards. And the MACD is also flattening out a bit. So it looks like it can also flip back in the upwards direction. Now, as far as the price action goes, right, like I said, we broke out of this short-term downtrend line. And we are still in this sort of inner triangle formation right over here that I had drawn, but so basically we're gonna have to expect it to still be in this a bit of this triangle, right? And I should also mention that Ethereum touched the resistance levels of this upper middle band here, this brown line over here, right? Which looks like it might be the new resistance level to pay attention to, right? So it actually failed to break above that. We'll see if it can successfully break above that in the next couple days. Honestly, it's entirely possible now that things are moving back up for Ethereum. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that, right? Especially with the breakout we have. It really just depends on what happens tomorrow, I think, if we can see it really get another nice update or if it's going to act and consolidate a bit. But otherwise, that's going to be the level to pay attention to, right? Which is going to be the 309.67 level, okay? For Ethereum, that's going to be the first thing that I want to see it break before really confirming that it'll maybe exit this this inner triangle that I was talking about, right? Litecoin, let's see what's going on. So as you know, I actually was holding some Litecoin into all this, and you know, I just was patient. Hopefully, you did the same. It's honestly, in my opinion, it's usually better to just stay put when there's some shakiness and drama going on, because you don't want to miss the move back up and stuff. So I'm pretty happy that I held through the scary drop here that we got the past couple days. But let's see. So we're uptrending on the MACD here for Litecoin, which is good, right? And, you know, as you can see, we're slightly moving back up, and we could possibly flip over here very soon on the histogram, you know. Now, we just dipped below on the MACD here in the short term, so we'll see if we can get a quick bounce above. It really depends here. It's a bit early to tell. Now, we entered the symmetrical triangle again on the RSI, which is good, right? I do expect it, though, to still bounce around in this and then make a more final decision. But honestly, it seems like the altcoins are going to have a pretty good time here in the next couple weeks, and Bitcoin might still be a bit shaky, like I said, maybe moving down towards 5,000. I could definitely see that happening. Now, let's see. Might be a little bit worrisome where, let's see. Okay, so basically what's going on here with the price action? Well, first of all, let me mention that we are currently, getting our support from this uptrend line right over here, right? And so we bounced nicely off that in the past couple hours, which is really good to see. We also successfully broke above the middle band, which is also a really good sign. Hopefully that can act as support now. The one thing that's a little bit annoying to see is if we draw this, and this might not be 100% accurate, but if we roughly draw this short-term downtrend line, right, like I did with Ethereum, we're actually having a little bit of trouble here breaking fully above that, right? Now, if we do, we're also going to have a little bit still of an inner triangle situation, and then break out on either side, sort of like Ethereum, right? So that isn't the best sign that we're having a little bit of trouble breaking that. But, on the plus side, we are above the middle band, and hopefully that can act as support. So that's something that Ethereum doesn't have. Basically, it looks like for some of these altcoins now, it looks good, right? But we're still not out of the woods yet, if that makes sense, okay? Now, NEO here, let me just make sure how much this is up. So up about 9% here. First good day for NEO in quite a while. Sorry, I was looking at a Ripple. NEO up over 12% here. So really good day for NEO. And I actually saw the bullish momentum flipping yesterday. I mentioned that. So if you watch my video, you'd have caught that. But what's been going on here with NEO? Well, basically here we have a really nice uptrend going and bounce on the MACD. This is flipping back over nicely. I really expect it to get a nice push here. I expect the MACD to flip over as well. That's looking pretty likely. We're also uptrending on the MACD as well. So that's looking good on the MACD indicator level. As far as the RSI go, we're back in this inner triangle. We'll see if we can break above that. And, as far as price action goes now, we were also in a bit of the downtrend thing going on. And, we got this nice sort of Dragonfly Doji bounce. And now we're testing for the first time with more strength this upper, and we actually moved above that, right, but it fell back down, this downtrend line, right, which is what we really want to see it break past, and I think it will here. I think it's looking pretty likely. So, now we're slightly moving back up as well. But basically, right, as you can see in the past couple days, we've been testing this downtrend line, but getting really slammed back down, right? You can see on the candlesticks really quickly, right, especially in the past couple days. And here for the first time, like I said, we actually managed to be holding in that area, okay? So that's good, and like I said, hopefully we can really break past that with some strength. And then I want to see it hold sort of this, let's see. If we can get past, obviously we put in this new high of 34.41 here in the short term, so that'll be the level to pay attention to. But really, as long as we can close here, get a closing candlestick above this uptrend line, I think it'll be looking really nice for NEO here. And then we can just really expect sort of a move back up near 40, see if we can break past that, and then back to, its all-time high, it looks like. So, pretty bullish on NEO, actually. One of the better acting ones out there right now. Moving over now to Ripple. This one was acting really bad just a day ago, and things also turned around for Ripple as the Bitcoin Gold hard fork happened. So we are actually we did break out completely of our short-term downtrend, right, which is good. Now, I mean, we do have a little bit more of a longer-term downtrend that's happening, so I should mention that. Oh, sorry, actually. Well, I guess it kind of depends on how you want to draw this one, but this would be a pretty fair way to draw it. Yeah, we do have a little more of a longer-term downtrend line going on, and so that'll definitely create some problems and keep it a bit suppressed, right, unless it's really able to break past that. Now, let me also draw the uptrend line as well here. If I draw it like that, that's not looking great. Let's see, I'll just take the lower area right now. So we do have a bit of a symmetrical triangle going on here as well. Now we're still below on the MACD, but we are turning back over, so it looks like we're going to re-enter the uptrend. Histogram switching back over as well. Now RSI, we are back in the uptrend line. That's good as well. We basically, I didn't draw it, but we basically have the same symmetrical triangle thing going on all these indicators, like on the price action. And, you know, what we're going to be looking for, obviously, is, well, first of all, a break above today's high, right? See if we can continue moving higher. So that's going to be 22 cents. And, you know, then we're going to really see if we can break above and hold above the brown middle band, right? So that's going to be 23.60, okay? And yeah, just have to wait and see on this one. But, you know, it's looking like it is now going to move back upwards. Unfortunately, it is still in this symmetrical triangle thing pattern. Sorry, symmetrical triangle pattern. So, you know, as long as it's in there, we can expect it to sort of bounce around. But in the short term here, I think it is going to bounce more. So that's good as well, right? Vertcoin. This one has been moving all over the place here with some pretty massive price action. And okay, so it's actually looking pretty nice here. Let me just go over what's been going on here. So if you've been holding Vertcoin or looking at it, you know it got obviously its massive breakout. And I drew some support levels now based on the previous, you know, resistance levels and all-time highs and stuff like that. So let me just zoom in now more on the shorter term. We're you know, pretty much breaking out here big time on the RSI. Now it does look like it's going to move higher now, despite the fact that we were really high just you know, a couple days ago. MACD just really took off here. We are very overextended, but we're really in full breakout mode here still for Vertcoin. MACD, histogram holding its uptrend as well, shorter term uptrend as well, so that's good to see. Now, I'm really happy about the price action because, as you can see, what happened is we got the really big breakout day here, and we hit this resistance level, fell back down. Then I mentioned how we were going to see a pullback, and we did. We definitely saw a big pullback candlestick over here, right? We bounced nicely off the support level that I drew right over here, which is the 24.45, right? Now our new support level is sort of going to be this open over here of $3 basically, and you know, sorry, actually, sorry about that. It's more like 339. You know, basically this line right over here that I drew. So around 330. If we can hold above that, that'll be good. I think we will. Now, what happened? So we basically got our pullback right now. We broke above again this 330 resistance, which is now support, like I said, and we actually did break above the high of yesterday. Now, as of right now, we're still below it, right? We moved back down below it. I'd like to see this candlestick close above that high, right? That would really make it likely for a move higher as well. The next very short-term resistance level that we're going to pay attention to is going to be the high that we put in today of $4.07, right? With all that being said, though, I know I talked a lot there, but really now I think it's looking pretty likely that there's still strength in Vertcoin, and you know, we may see, like I said, some pullback to here, and you know, it'll move around, but I think we're pretty quickly going to reach this this almost $5 mark, right? $4.87 resistance level, and hopefully we can break above that pretty soon as well, okay? But it's looking good. I think it's just going to move up in this range right over here, and you know, continuing to move higher. I'll keep you guys updated, obviously. Make sure to subscribe, and yeah, otherwise you can see the other resistance levels after that we're going to have to pay attention to, right? But overall, the market is acting as expected, right, with all the money flowing back into the altcoins. And, you know, there's going to be another Bitcoin fork in the near future here with the SegWit 2x. So that's also going to weaken Bitcoin and, you know, strengthen possibly the altcoins. So that's what some people are expecting on that front. But basically, overall, you know, do expect Bitcoin to fall back down a bit more, and, you know, otherwise just the altcoins to now get some you know, some bounce basically. And, you know, a lot of people scooped up some of the better altcoins while they were cheap, you know. So yeah, this pretty much concludes our daily crypto update. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. Have a nice day.